And some more injury news. NFL Network's Ian Rappaport reported that Trevor Lawrence is unlikely to play in Week 10. It's going to be a Mac Jones week, guys. They have the Vikings on deck. Trevor Lawrence, the exact tweet said that he's weighing the options for the future here from Ian Rappaport. So this sounds like it might not just be this week. I mean, with the way Jacksonville's season has gone, Matthew, there's a world where Trevor Lawrence is shut down.
There's 100% a world where that happens. It sounds, I mean, it's interesting because Pederson also, wouldn't comment, wouldn't say officially. I saw a tweet from Mia O'Brien, who covers the team. She does a great job as well, and she's a beat reporter in Jacksonville, and she said that Pederson would not comment whether Lawrence is going to miss the game or not. I think that's a little bit of gamesmanship.
So
it feels like it will be Mac Jones under center, but just wide range of outcomes for Trevor Lawrence in terms of his health. Might be just a one game. Could be, this is a guy who I remember, I think it was last year, maybe it was 2 years ago, the Thursday night game where he comes out in a knee brace and we're like, oh, this guy's out for a month.
For 32 yards against the Saints.
Against the Saints. Like, he has traditionally been a very tough player. And yes, I think you could sit here and say from a business perspective, right? It's not the Jaguars' year. You're the franchise quarterback. Let's shut it down. On the other hand, there's also an argument where you could say, just seeing how sort of Trevor Lawrence is kind of wired, that you're like, hey, it's been a crappy season, but you know what? I'm not bailing on my guys. I'm not going to just sit in the tub for the next, 2 months of the season. Right. I'm gonna go out there and, like, if my guys are out there, I'm going to go battle as well.
Yep, I get that. I think the thing is, though, is that the past 2 years they've been fighting for the playoffs, and those games have all mattered down the stretch. They're 2-7 this year.
Yeah.
They're not going to make the playoffs. It would behoove him to kind of get a better draft pick for the team that he's, the franchise leader of. And they have a chance to have a top 3, top 4 pick. So, look, the line has moved from Vikings -4 to Vikings -7. So the market has effectively made up its mind that it's going to be Mac Jones. I would expect.
Do you think Mac Jones is 3 points worse than Trevor Lawrence?
Mac Jones isn't great. I think that behind that offensive line
Mac
as well,
Jones,
Mac Jones is one of the better backups in the league.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we have any idea what we're going to get out of Mac Jones, because Mac Jones has shown he can play at the NFL level. Sure. His rookie year, he was good. And then it was such a disaster in New England. I think they just messed with his head. And so I think there's a chance that the rookie year Mac Jones shows back up in a better system. Doug Pederson is a former NFL quarterback. He has been a kind of quarterback whisperer over the years in his career. An Andy guy that came up through Andy Reid. On the other hand, he could just be, they could have Sam Darnold him, Zach Wilson him, and he's just like, he's so messed up.
Could be broken. Yeah,
could be broken.
I think the tough spot to be dropped into.
Yep.
Brian Flores.
Right. I mean, it took Darnold how many years to get right?
Right. I think the line moving 3 points is less derogatory of Mac Jones and more just the statement that Trevor Lawrence has maybe been better than people have acknowledged this year. Like, Trevor Lawrence, I don't think has been the biggest problem with that team by any stretch.
For sure.
And I think he's been much better lately, notwithstanding jump ball interceptions that he's throwing on first down against the Eagles. Right. They really should have just been taking the short stuff.
I have Mac Jones at QB 25 this week. Like, I don't think you're starting him, certainly not on the Vikings in his first start. You want to see this. But I do think Mac Jones will be, and I also think it's positive that at least we know this, like that Mac Jones is getting all the first-team reps all week long.
Yep.
That it's not one of these things that, like, he's having to come in, having gotten 5 pass attempts the entire week, and, Lawrence, gets injured on the first play. So I think for our purposes, what we care about is, do we think he can get the ball to Brian Thomas? Do we think he can get the ball to Evan Ingram? And I do. So I've been Evan Ingram as a top 5 tight end this week. He's had at least 25% target share in 3 of the 4 games since he returned. And Brian Thomas, 4 straight games with an end zone target. He's had a 20% target share this year. He's too good. And I think game script will work in their favor, to your point. They're now touchdown underdogs at home. They're going to be throwing. They're going to be throwing a lot in this one. Not crazy about Tank Bigsby in this game, but I do think Mac Jones will be effective enough to get Brian Thomas and Evan Ingram. Certainly you lower the expectations here, but if you would normally start them, I would start them again this week. Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotoWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest RotoWorld fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.